Look at these, I've got fruit. Good afternoon, friends, and welcome back to the homestead. So I just got home from California yesterday, and now we need to go down to the garden and see how everything is doing over there. So let's head on to the garden. Darn bugs. Alright friends, so we are down in the garden, and as you can see, the weeds have come back with a vengeance. Like, this is what happens when I leave for a few days. Come back to a bunch of weeds. So I've got a lot of weeding I gotta do to the next couple days, but let's walk through and see how everything is doing besides all the weeds. Alright, so let's talk about these potatoes. They're doing fabulous. Look at how big they are. They've grown a lot since I was gone. We did have a really good rain while I was gone, which really helped things a lot. So yesterday we kind of came through here just to see how everything was doing, and we noticed all of these potato bugs, like everywhere. So we came through with some water bottles and took off as much as we could find. We knew we were going to be coming back to more today, but look at this poor potato plant is completely decimated from these potato bugs. Darn bugs. So I will be coming through again tonight with the kids and more water bottles, and we're just going to be collecting more potato bugs. But we literally filled up an entire bottle of potato bugs yesterday. See these poor plants. Surprisingly, it was just these first rows that really were affected. The ones down at the end, I didn't find any potato bugs on those ones, just these ones up here. So that will be our job for tonight, and I'll probably bring you guys along while I do that for another video of getting rid of these darn potato bugs. Alright friends, so now we are in front of some of my tomato plants, and these have gotten so big. So I need to come through here and now stake up some more before these start falling over, because they are getting so tall. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do as far as the stakes go, because I'm pretty sure these tomatoes are going to get a lot bigger than the stakes that I have here. So I'm going to need to add some height to them somehow so that the tomatoes continue to grow up. But these are doing really good. Let me show you the fruit that I'm noticing on some of my tomato plants. Alright friends, so look at this tomato. Crazy. Look at how pretty that is. So this is definitely an heirloom, because they say that only heirlooms will do emaciated blossoms, where blossoms fuse together and create these very interesting looking tomatoes. So I'm excited to see what tomato this is, because I don't have this one labeled. So it's one of my surprise tomatoes, but it's definitely an heirloom, which is really awesome. So yeah, let's check out some more of my tomatoes and see how they are doing. So this one also, there's my Jared. I've got some good tomatoes on this one going. And then my salsa tomatoes down here. Here is my salsa tomatoes. These are doing good. I just need to come through and stake them up, because they are starting to lean over. Just the bottom stake wasn't enough. Needs some more. See how this one is completely leaned over. I need to bring it up, get it off the ground, but I've got more down here. Now these are the big boy tomatoes, and they are doing good. More right there. All in all, guys, my tomatoes are doing really good. I'm impressed. I'm very happy with them. Now let's go on to my squash plants. So I showed you last week how I had weeded out all of my squash plants. Look at it. All these weeds have come back. All of them. This is horrible. So I'm gonna have to go through and weed again, but they are growing nicely. Got another one right here. This one doesn't look like it's doing too good, so I might just have to come in and re-sow that one. But this one, my goodness, this one's doing great, as well as this one over here. This is not one, so this one needs to be re-sown. This one looks like it has been eaten by some bugs a little bit, but it should be okay. We'll just let it continue to do its thing. Another one right here, and all these weeds. Good Lord, it's a lot of weeds. A lot of weeds. You can't walk away from your garden for a few days, friends. This is what happens. This is what happens. So here are my cucumbers, and they are doing very nice. trellis. I still have not trellised them up yet, so I need to get onto that because they are starting to climb. Let me show you this one. This is trying to vine out that way, and I need it to go up. Same as this one over here. So we need to work on those trellises like yesterday and get these put up so that I can start climbing my cucumbers. And then this is just more zucchini and squash in here, but it's all been hidden by all of these weeds, so I need to come through and try to find them again. Crazy. So like this squash plant in the midst of all this jungle, and this one right here, as well as this one right there, and that one right there. So these are doing good. Look at these. I've got fruit. Look at, I've got my first crooked neck squash. Ooh, I will be cooking that up for dinner tonight. There is 2 of them, so I will be having those. Let's see this one if it has any. It's got some little ones down there. This is definitely in need of some weeding. Now these are the volunteers, and they're doing good as far as producing a lot of leaves, but there are no fruits. I'm not seeing any flowers, so I don't know what these are gonna do. I mean, maybe it's pumpkin, because I noticed that my pumpkins back in California, they like sprawled out everywhere and then they started putting on fruit. I don't know. Drop it in the comments what you think these are, guys, and what you think I should do with them. Should I let them go, or should I go ahead and take them out because they're not doing anything other than taking over space? All right, friends, so now we are in our pepper bed. This is both our hot peppers and our sweet peppers that we have in this one bed. So let's go through and see how great all of these peppers are doing, and see if maybe I have some peppers I can pick to bring in for dinner tonight. So let's check them out. All right. So here are our peppers. This first one, I don't see any fruit on it yet, but it does have some flowers starting, but they all seem to be doing very nice. The weeds are not as bad in this bed, which is good. These are all the hot peppers, jalapenos, and then here I have some sweet banana peppers right here. Those still can get a little bit bigger. I've got some jalapenos starting right here. This is another jalapeno. My father-in-law asked me just today if we had any jalapenos ready, and I said nope, not yet. They are coming though. They are coming. Look at the size of these ones. Holy moly. These are sweet banana peppers. Look at this one too. Loaded with some sweet banana peppers. And I believe that these ones are cayenne peppers. And I've got a little cayenne pepper starting. So yeah, little cayenne peppers. And now these are all of my sweet peppers that are over here. There's tons of peppers on here, but that bush is not getting very big. And this is a volunteer tomato plant. Look at that. And so is this one. And that, oh wow. Look at all these. Oh wow. I have tons of volunteer tomato plants up here. What in the world? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 volunteer tomato plants just popped themselves up right here. Well, alrighty then. Hey, if it's gonna volunteer itself, I'm not gonna do anything about removing it. I'm leaving it there. Let nature do its thing. But these are some more of my sweet peppers, and they are all doing good. And my solo poblano is hanging in there. We will see. And here is our broccoli plant that got decimated by worms that I showed you last week. And my other broccoli plant. And then I've got one right here that has a nice little crown starting. One right here. This one looks like it bolted, but I've got another one right here. Right here. Ooh. And 2 more broccolis right there and right here. So I've got some broccoli and cabbage. These are my cabbage plants. I'm not noticing anything. Maybe this is it starting. I'm not sure. Never grown cabbage. So we will see what happens with these cabbage plants. And then these ones are my Brussels sprouts. And I know Brussels sprouts take a long time to grow. So they're healthy looking. They have no bug damage. So I'm just gonna let them do their thing. All right, friends. So the next thing we're gonna look at are our okra and see how they're doing. I noticed a few of them have some bug damage, but for the most part, they look pretty good. So let's take a look at the okras. All right, so here are my okra. I've got one right there and right there. So everywhere I have a flag, there should be an okra. And these ones look to be doing pretty good. This one looks like it is struggling a bit. It's got some discoloration on the leaves, so I'm not sure if that one's gonna do okay. This one's doing fairly good. This one's doing really good. Here, over here, they're doing pretty good. And then this one. So all in all, my okras are doing fairly well. All right, friends. friends, so this bed and the one next to it are my green bean beds. So they don't have any green beans in them yet, but that is what we are planning on doing tomorrow. We're gonna get out here bright and early and start planting our green beans, and so that way those can start taking off. But this row right here and the one next to it, 2 rows of green beans, should be plenty for our family. We like fresh green beans, not necessarily canned green beans. We'll eat them during the winter time on occasion, but we love fresh green beans. So I'm excited to get this bed going. So now let's head over and let me show you the flowers that I did plant. I planted a few rows of different flowers. I still need to sow some more flowers out here, but I did get started with some of my flowers. All right, so for flowers, this whole row that I have right here are all sunflowers all the way to the end of that stick. I've got sunflowers growing right here along the back. Then in here I have some cosmos and also a bunch of zinnias. So here are my zinnias and they're all popping up and doing fabulous. I love zinnias. That's probably one of my favorite flowers next to sunflowers. So the rest of this bed I'm just gonna sow with more sunflowers and more zinnias and any other flower that I can find that I have. I'm just gonna throw out here, not in any order, just to make it look beautiful. So that's gonna be this whole row right here as well as that row over there. That whole section will be nothing but flowers. So I've got to get to work on those ones and cleaning out these beds once again. I'm telling you, these weeds, they are no joke. If only your plants grow as good as these weeds, right? And we'd be in a world of tons of food, but man, these weeds are no joke. All right, friends, so that is week 3 garden tour done, and everything is doing really well. If I hadn't left for a few days, the weeds would definitely be a lot more managed, but that's what happens when you're on the homestead. Sometimes you just can't get to everything and things get a little crazy and you end up with a weed forest. Just happens. So the next few days I will be tackling these weeds, getting them back down, as well as staking up those tomatoes so that they're not laying on the ground, get them up and trellised up the stick, as well as get my green beans planted and trellising up my cucumbers. So I got a lot I gotta do in the next couple days, but that's what it's like on a homestead. When you are growing your own food from seed, you just gotta be out here managing it. So that's what I'll be doing for the next few days, and I will bring you guys along as I do all those things. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. As always, I hope all is well and have a blessed day.